What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another one. This right here is my final take on Mortal Kombat 1. So let's get into it. Alright. This game, you got story mode, invasions, towers. You got local, online, tournament mode, and you get to customize your fighters. So the basic stuff: practice tutorial. Yeah. So you got your basic stuff in Mortal Kombat 1. Story mode, towers, and some extra stuff. So similar to MK11, you get to customize the characters, basically edit their costumes, taunts, finishers. You can't edit the finishers, you can just change them. But it's basically the same stuff, just customizing their skins and stuff. So we got Scorpion, he got his mask. Yeah, just you can swap what kind of mask he has on. And you gotta unlock him like you did in the last game. You gotta do some things to unlock him. And you got the whole palette swap, which changes his whole costume. And you can change the colors. And the taunts. So you could taunt in the game. It's kind of like you press down multiple times and you get the taunt or something like that. And finishers, like his fatalities and stuff, brutalities. Yeah. So I don't know how you unlock them. You unlock them on doing something. I just never looked at what though. Same with the cameos. You get to customize your cameos, but the cameos only have pilot swaps. You can't edit, like Scorpion. You can't edit his mask or his spear or harpoon, whatever that is. You can't edit that with his cameo. You can only do the main character. But yeah, basic customization. Alright, so when it comes to his roster, it looks like you have about 29 characters that's playable. Some of them aren't playable right now. They're coming soon, like Takeda and Ermac. But yeah, you have almost 30 characters. Some of them are from the superhero world, but it's mainly Mortal Kombat characters. So you got Katana right here, Melina. You got Tonya. You got Rain. Smoke, Scorpion, my favorite, Reptile, you got Sub-Zero, Lee May, Kenshi, Baraka, you got Geras, and Omni-Man, that's a DLC. Quan Chi, a DLC. Havoc, DLC. Natara, they brought her back. Ashra, they brought her back from the 3D era. Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang. You got Raiden, Reiko, Sandel, Shao Kahn, or General Shao, and Shang Tsung. So you got more characters coming, but that's the base roster for right now. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good roster. And then you have the cameo roster. So it's basically the assist characters. So you really can't really control these characters. You just press a button and they come in and assist you. Nothing more. It's not a tag team at all. It's just basically they come in and do their thing and then they're out of there. So you got about let me see. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 18 playable cameos. You got Darius from the 3D era. You got Serena from the 3D era. Cyrax. Kano. You got Sonya. You got Sector. You got Frost. You got Jax. Chameleon. She's locked. Tremor, DLC. Goro. Man, Goro's short in this game. You got Mataro. Shujinko. They brought him back from the 3D era. You got Kung Lao. Sub-Zero. Scorpion. And you got Striker. So that's all the cameos. Pretty cool that they brought some of these guys back. You get to play as some of the sub bosses. I just wish it was more like tag team, like in MK9. Cameos, alright, but I would have preferred a tag team, to be honest. Like, cameos, I really ain't that excited about it, you know. They should have just did a tag team. They should have just did a tag team. Alright, now it's time to look at the holy moly, which is the gameplay, which is really all that really matters to me, the mechanics. Alright, so you got your basic movement, your move back, move forward, your dash, you can dash here, but you can't run. Basically jump, duck and all that. Your basic stuff, block, duck block. Yeah. And the attacks, you basically got your weak attack, strong attacks. So weak punch, strong punch, weak kick, strong kick. And then you got your ducking attacks, which is like your uppercut, sweep, your low attacks, your super moves. Yeah, the basic stuff. If you're a fighting game fan, they got the basic stuff. Alright. And with the cameos, so here's the cameos. You press one button and they come out. So, and then you can mix the one button with directions like down plus RB, and they'll do something different. Like I said, they just come in, do their thing, then leave. And they basically just here to assist the characters, like add more hits to a combo or something like that. Like there, you see, after I uppercutted him, the other guy came in and threw some fire at him. So that's basically their main purpose. It's like they help the character do basic stuff. And then with the cameos, you can actually pull off. They can help you pull off large combos, which is a pro. Alright. And there's grabs. So let's take a look at the fatal blow, because the cameos help you do that too. Alright. So pay attention. You got the cameo, that's the cameo right here. So the cameos go first. That's the cameo scorpion. And there's the main character that comes second. Boom. Alright. So that's the fatal blow. Alright, so the fatal blow, the cameo will always start it off from what I've seen so far. And yeah, that's the basics. So that's the basic mechanics. So if you played MK before, it always had those mechanics. The only thing new here is the cameo. And it's like I said, I just wish we could do more with them. So in other words, I wish they would have had tag team instead of cameos. One thing that I do like about this game is the combo potential. Even though the gameplay isn't that fast, you could pull off some good combos. You're not really limited here. Unlike MK1 and MK11, you was too limited. But here, they let it loose. Like, you could pull off a lot of combos. And the cameos only make it better when you're trying to do long combos. Yeah, the combo potential is amazing with this one. Now it's time to go against the AI to see how the game plays in the actual fight.
Scorpion. Sub-Zero. Scorpion. Sub-Zero.
And let me talk about the stages. The stages look beautiful, I'm gonna be honest. Good design. And the art overall is it's a lot more colorful than the past few games. So it was an upgrade when it comes to graphics, kind of.
Wu Shi Academy.
Father would be ashamed of you, only because he lacked vision.
And they kind of have these Injustice intros. I prefer the older intros like MK11, MKX. Yeah, these intros kind of suck, I'm gonna be honest.
Round one, fight.
Notice the bars at the bottom. They're basically energy bars like the past few games. You can use them to do breakers or enhance your super moves. I should have said something about that earlier, but yeah, it's just the basic stuff. So they're basically enhancers and for breakers. You notice how he was able to, the cameo, the breakers always include the cameo. And it was nice how they let you break out of the fatal blow. Because if he landed that on me, I would have been dead. that was the first round, and I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty fun. Um, uh, but here's the thing with Mortal Kombat. It seems like when it comes to the mechanics and the speed, it's just been going downhill. So the first round was good. Like I felt challenged enough, but they did so much better with MK9 and MKX when it came to the speed of the game, you know. But besides that, the first round was pretty fun.
Round 2. Fight! Finish him. Fatality. Scorpion wins.
All right, as you expect, the fatalities were brutal and gruesome. You know, I expect nothing less from this series. All right, so that was a match against the AI. Uh, I had fun with it. I used the cameos like they were supposed to be used. Like I said, I wish I could do more with them, like tag team. I did a lot of combos. It was a good match. It's like I said, the only thing I would want them to improve on is the speed of it. But other than that, like I had fun with it. All right. So game is not too bad for a fighting game. You know, it's good, but it's not that great. You know, for the graphics were on point. I felt like the graphics they look like real humans, kind of. And the stages were beautiful. So I gave the graphics a 9 out of 10. Characters 10 out of 10 because these are some. See, MK has the best written characters, and they all have unique specials, nice moves, good playability. So MK is going. The characters are always going to be great. So 10 out of 10 for the characters. The mechanics, like I said, mechanics are good for a fighting game. They're not great. You know, they're great, but they're not as good as they were in the past. As I said before, like this game is a lot slower than X and 9. And here's the thing: it's like I feel like ever since after MKX, the games after that, the mechanics have been on a downward slope. Like I feel like the gameplay has been getting slower. MK11, they limited a lot of things, added a lot of useful features like flawless block. Yeah, I feel like the mechanics are on a downhill. So I get a mechanics 7 out of 10. As far as content, I give it an 8 out of 10. Some people may disagree, The reason why I give 8 out of 10 because I'm judging it based on a fighting game perspective. You play a fighting game, you expect to fight. I don't expect to play Mario Kart while I'm playing a fighting game. I don't expect to, you know, shoot some basketball hoops or punch some cars like they did in Street Fighter. Like I'm just here for the 1v1. So that doesn't need, as long as the 1v1 is there, that's really the content necessary. So this game has other stuff though. It has stuff like Invasion, even though I never played that. You know, I feel like that's something. I really, for as a fighting game person, I don't really expect anything other than fighting. So I felt like they did what they should have done when it came to content. So I gave the content an 8. So retention. So retention means how likely am I going to come back and play this game. So am I going to come back tomorrow and play this game? And I'm going to be honest. If this game did not have online, this score would be so much lower. I would not come back to play this if it didn't have any online. I only played the tower one time, and I was so disappointed. Now let me get on the towers, cause that invasion shit, I don't care about that. Let's get to the towers. So historically, you play MK Tower, you get to the end, you normally get the boss that's so challenging that you lose a couple of times. It forces you to get better at the game. Now when it comes to MK1, like MK11 had a better tower than MK1, and I still feel like MK11 was worse than the previous games. But back to MK1, the towers for MK1, man, I get to the end. Oh my god. See, it was so bad. I forgot who I played. Was it Shang Tsung or Quan Chi or both of them? Like, it was so bad. I was like, man, let me make sure I still have my online pass, because if I didn't, I was thinking about uninstalling the game, because what else was I gonna do? The mechanics were mediocre. The tower sucked. The only thing that's saving this score, the only reason why my score isn't lower right now, like if online wasn't a thing, this score right here would be a 5 or lower. But since the online players gave me a challenge, so I'll come back online just to get that challenge from the pro players, and that's the only reason why I gave this a 7. So the retention, I gave it a 7 out of 10. So you factor in all of that, I came up with a score of 8.2. Like I said earlier, it's not a bad game, but the game isn't that great. It's a great fighting game, but compared to what Mortal Kombat did in the past, this was honestly another letdown, like MK11, to be honest. Alright, so and you know what, the creator, Ed Boon, man, this dude been in this game for 20 plus years, man. I felt like he's done enough. MK9 and MKX, man, like at that point he's been in it for over 15 years, so I can't really blame him, because he did what he was supposed to do. He made great projects, and what else can you do after that except for let the next generation take over. So, but back to the game. I just can't play this game anymore. It's just so mediocre. The cameos can't even save it. I try to stick it out online, but eventually I look back at the mechanics and I just get bored again. So yeah, it's a good fighting game, but it's not as good as its predecessors. So yeah, 8.2 out of 10. And that's the end of this video.